Hey everyone, welcome back to Sports Tea. I'm really excited to be here with you all this evening. Tonight, we're going to talk about Joe Mazzulla's comments. The NBA is in shambles right now. Adam Silver is a complete disgrace, and I'm going to cook him for ruining the NBA tonight. LeBron James also couldn't stay quiet and take himself out of the news cycle either. So he gave his input as well. Before we get started, please do me a favor and like the video, share it, subscribe to the channel, and yeah, let's get this party started. Before we get this party started, what I want to do is shout out the members, if that's okay. I do want to start with Jamie Costello, new member. Thank you so much for joining us. Coach Marcus, Silvio Manuel, Lester's Banana, Wise Guy 23, Leon Jones, Right Hand Cam, Main Event, Brown B, Ill Will 42, Kedrian Hardy, William Wright, Lewis Matthews, Charles Hookah, Lisa Taylor, Brenda, Meg XD, Reginald McLendon, Panama 135, V Dub, Saeed Gore, Zeno Omega, Spurs Ann, Ron C23, Blanco Smoke, Carl for President Anthony, Forscos Fabio, Yazid Yair Bey, T-Bert the Twin, Relax and Focus, All Gravy, WW, Neil Howlett, Von Chris Cordova, KM, Big Al Master Chief, Mikey Brass, Sports Facts, Jeffrey Guyett, Christopher Baldwin, and It's Not That Serious. I want to thank you all for being members of the channel. It means so much to me. And I'm, like I said before, I'm really grateful to be here with you guys and talk about sports. This is what I love to do. So thanks for being here, hanging out with me late night. Really appreciate you guys. For those who are not sure when I'm going to go live, if you can also do me a favor and put your notifications on for the channel. So you can do like notifications just for this channel and not for YouTube in general. So you're not getting like spammed with, YouTube notifications all day, but at least you'll know when I'm going live. So, I get that question a lot and I just want to arm you guys with the information that you need. So again, thanks for being here. Let's see who's in the chat. Let's see. Who do we have here? Pikachu Reynolds, shout out to you. Pizza Time, Brother Juma, Spurs Ann, That Man, Dylan Dunham. Wise Guy 23, Jix Sizzler 1986. The Drew Show, Rod, so nice to see you. I'm really glad that you guys are here. Seriously. The holiday season is upon us. Again, I'm sorry for my tardiness. I was doing really well with being on time, but I have like back-to-back holiday parties this week, and they've been going later over time. But like I said, I'm really happy to be here, and I'm ready to get this party started. Are you guys ready to get this party started?
Everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party, so
yeah, that's what's up. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Guys, we have been talking about the state of the union in the NBA, right? We've been talking about this for days, for weeks. And right now, the league is it's exploding. It's like exploding in this sort of revolt. Boston Celtics head coach Joe Mazzulla, he's working on defending the title, obviously, and we know he's been doing a great job. He recently spoke to the press, and I want you guys to hear his comments in this short clip, and then we'll discuss it.
lot of discussion around like NBA ratings and like ratings being down. Like, what are the reasons for that? Is it the product? Is it the messaging? Is it other things? Do you have any thoughts on that? Is it a conversation you pay attention to at all? And do you have any thoughts on maybe how the game is discussed or sold that maybe is contributing to it?
No, I mean, I add to that. I don't watch NBA games, so I'm just as much a follower as anyone else is.
Is there a reason for that?
I don't like watching the games. Joe, you got the Bulls back to back here.
Okay. I'm sure there's not one person in the audience or in the sports world that would think that Mazzulla doesn't analyze games and watch film to see how the Celtics can game plan and make improvements and adjustments based on what he's reviewed, right? I'm sure that we can agree to that. I know he studies film. That to me is not in question, but I believe that this is his job and he's not watching primetime games in his spare time. And not because he has no love for the game, it's because he loves the game too much. The game is not the product that the NBA is delivering right now. What we're watching is not the game. This is just the NBA. The game of basketball is so much better than this. We're watching the game in women's college basketball. We watch the game in the WNBA. That's where we watch the game. The NBA is delivering us shit. They are delivering us complete crap and saying that it's gold. Adam Silver should be absolutely ashamed of himself. Former NBA players are calling his decision, they're calling his decision making god awful. And they are saying the product on the floor is not good. But that was hating, right? I mean, current NBA players as well as coaches are calling the league soft and saying the product is bad. Joe Mazzulla wants power plays. He wants power plays incorporated into the rules. He wants NBA players to get back to fighting in order to bring about fierce competition. He's tired of this soft-ass league with no integrity. He's tired of it. And, guys, I want to read Adam Silver's comments again because I want you to hear just how delusional this man is. No matter how many people criticize the changes he's making, he wants to double down. So I'm going to read this to you guys. Look at what Adam Silver has to say. Adam Silver addressed how the style of play might be one of the factors behind the NBA's poor ratings on traditional television, despite the league being more successful than ever as a media product whose rights recently went for over $70 billion. The NBA is having many discussions about the style of basketball. They're looking holistically at skill level on the floor, the diversity of offense, the fan reception to the game, all the above. I think the game is in a great place. I love watching the games, and I think we have some of the most skilled athletes in the world competing. It's not unique to the NBA, where analytics start to be too controlling and create situations where players are doing seemingly unnatural things because they're being directed to do something that is a more efficient shot. And part of what we're focusing on too is that what makes these players so incredible is the joy they bring to playing the game and the freestyle notion of the game too. Like I said, Adam Silver wants to double down on his bullshit excuses about how the skill set of players are better because there's no defense and that this is the best game he's ever seen. Adam Silver wants to stand 10 toes down on the in-season tournament that everyone thinks is a joke. And he wants to be wrong and strong about the current state of the NBA and why the ratings are in the pea-should-do. Adam Silver must be an egomaniac that is desperate to be in full control of the NBA as a dictatorship, where the owners have no input of what happens with their teams or how they run their business. He is obsessed with the foreign market, even though fans are not buying it. He doesn't want NBA fans to watch the sport anymore. He's moving away from television so that people don't know what great basketball talent is or what great basketball games look like. They just post highlights on social media of players appearing to hit shots. Pathetic. It's disgraceful. Adam Silver is a complete and utter disgrace, and Joe Mazzulla is just one of many who share the same sentiments about not wanting to watch the games because they just don't like it. There's really no other explanation. I just don't like it. Yeah, we can go down a smorgasbord of, reasoning as to why the game is so bad. But I mean, it doesn't matter. Adam Silver is obsessed and he is incessant upon making these poor decisions because it all goes to what? The money moves that he's making, putting his stamp on the decisions. Hey, I changed this league. It was me, me, me. It's all about power, money, greed. Joe Mazzulla is not watching the games because he just doesn't like it. I don't like watching the games. That's what he said. Head coach of the Boston Celtics, fresh off of a title. But I guess a guy who just won the NBA title last season is hating too. That's what people will say. But Joe Mazzulla, he has not been the only one opening up about the state of the NBA and not wanting to watch it. The NBA All-Star Game has been a topic of discussion for a while now. And the format is changing once again because Adam Silver can't get players, coaches, or fans to buy into his ideas. He just can't sell it. The press caught up with LeBron James to ask him questions about it, and this is just classic LeBron. So I'm going to play the soundbite for you guys, and we'll react, and then I'll open up the phone lines for just 2 phone calls tonight, okay?
It had to change. Something had to change. No, I did not.
Okay.
I was not part of the
I mean,
committee.
He said he didn't like it. I think Book did too.
Everyone has their own opinion.
It's pretty unorthodox.
Yeah, I mean, it's different, in a sense. But I don't know. I don't really have a. We see. We see when we get there. It's different. Obviously, anytime you make some type of change, there's going to be some buck back. I don't know. I mean, I have my ideas of what could possibly work.
That's kind of why, I'd love to get.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
But like coming out of
I'm not doing
Indiana,
that.
when you saw the reaction.
We got to do something. Obviously, the last couple of years have not been a great All-Star game that Sunday night. But I mean, listen, it's a bigger conversation. It's not just the All-Star game. It's our game in general. Our game is. It's a lot of fucking threes being shot.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a bigger conversation, just the All-Star game.
What do you want to?
I can't do that today. Not in Sacramento. Sacramento, I love you guys, but you can't give you this conversation today. It's just a bigger conversation.
Look at LeBron James. Look at him, Mr. Me Too. I mean, LeBron James says NBA needs a bigger conversation about style of play. A lot of fucking threes being shot. LeBron. Mr. Me Too. He always has to be in the news cycle. He always has to be in the conversation, and people need to hear how smart he thinks he is all the time. Oh, I have ideas, but I'm not going to share them. What a narcissist. He wants everyone in the media pontificating, as Stephen S. Smith likes to say, about what ideas LeBron has to save the All-Star game. LeBron has no fucking ideas as to how to make the All-Star game better. I know he has absolutely no clue. He says it's a bigger conversation. Why does he say that? Because he wants you to feel like he's above everyone. And quite frankly, it is a bigger conversation. He's right. Adam Silver practically works for Clutch. So it's a conversation surrounding collusion, manufacturing, and elite orchestration in the NBA that completely removes competition and the integrity of the sport. LeBron James has no shame. He will say absolutely anything just to be down. Anything. He's the kind of guy that lies about knowing a celebrity that died just because they were trending. Hence, the Migos, when Takeoff passed away, he was listening to them, yeah, like when they were barely even alive, right? And he make up that whole story. Ridiculous. That's who LeBron James is. LeBron has no bounds when it comes to the lengths he's willing to go just to be accepted and validated by the public. Being loved by millions of people all over the world will never be enough for LeBron. He will constantly look for attention. Constantly. He's constantly going to look for love in all the wrong places. It's very sad. We'll be waiting our whole lives for LeBron to share his ideas on how to make the All-Star game better. It's just, so confidential right now. He just can't reveal his ideas. It's a very high level thing, it's bigger than this conversation. Please, miss me with the bullshit. Well, I mean, is it bigger than the Diddy parties he's ducking the smoke from? Is it bigger than that? What do you guys think? I'm going to open up the phone lines. I'm going to do this for just 2 calls, and then we're going to call it a night. I do want to see what you guys think in the comments before I open the phone lines. He wasn't even in the slam dunk competition. He wasn't. Hey, Rod. Thanks for calling Sports Tea. Talk to me nice.
Oh, we'll talk to you next. I'll try. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what comes out of my mouth sometimes. I try. But it's pretty funny what you said about the. I forgot all about that. That whole thing that LeBron did, and I don't understand what he's doing today. But I think you just should get rid of the All-Star game. It's not gonna work. Do what the NFL did. Don't call it a game. Call it an all exhibition and fan expo, which that it is, right?
Right.
You go meet and greet. You do the 3-point contest. You do the skills contest. All those little exhibition things are what kills anyway. The dunk, take it or leave it, and just call it Detroit. I would even move it to the beginning of the season, right after training camp, for a weekend. And then if you're going to do this Emirates Cup, make that a season game and expand it, and then have that in Vegas. Because nobody's playing that game anymore. It's just not a game.
It's not, but LeBron tried to make it seem like he's not part of it, which I thought was really interesting. This is a bigger conversation. There's a lot of F and threes being taken, but it's you're doing it. You're taking just as many threes. I'm confused. If why can't he be the change that he wants to see? I mean, he didn't compete in the All-Star, dunk competition his entire career. Why don't you start with you? Point the finger inward. Start with you.
Yeah, this is not a hard solution for Silver. And it's not even that hard to do. They know where all the shots are being taken from on the floor, they know where they're being made from, and they know they have statistics. They don't have to run this through the G League. Just make the thing as far back so that it's 35%. It's like a 25% shot, except for people like Curry or other exceptional shooters, and get rid of the sideline 22-foot. If you can get and then just let it run out to the regular 20. If it's 29 or 24-9 or whatever that is, And so it's going to be 24 now. Say that's 25% people make it for there, except for exceptional unicorns like Curt. Then that solves the problem. It's not that hard at all. And then you get more drives to the basket. You still get the 3-point shot. And they have these statistics. They know how far out the line to be something that's not going to be the tell you 2.6 from the corner, 1.9 from the top of the key versus 1.7 within the paint. They already know where all the points are going to be and what they're worth. So just move it back. They have the stats. They have these cameras everywhere. And just go with it and just make the decision over. Just do it. You're a dictator. Just do it. Like Mike says. Thoughts?
You know, Rod, I just don't think they care. I don't think Adam Silver cares about the All-Star game. I don't think that LeBron James cares about the All-Star game. These are people that they're billionaires. And LeBron James is right. It's a much bigger conversation because it's no longer even about the sport anymore. For them, the game itself is just like, it's this small, minute thing that's just, there because it's all just part of, this maniacal sort of like devious money scheming plot. That's all that it is.
Could be called you could call it a Ponzi scheme at this point because they got 70 billion now. I don't know when these rights run up. Are they going to get 70 in the future? Are they going to do some other things where they sell rights to different countries? I don't know. But the thing about Disney sports, they say MLB has had to come back. NFL's king. What those two sports have is they have reverence for history. Okay, they have reverence for the past, even though MLB has their the money ball and their statistics. And NFL is running to that. But the NFL and MLB have footage that I can watch on YouTube, and it's not going to look like looking at something that was recorded with a iron or something. It's in high definition. Stuff was shot on film. They have NFL films, and the NBA know they can do the same thing. They upscale all these old 80s and 90s. They can't because if they do that, people will realize even more how much the modern game stinks in comparison to the 80s and 90s games. If you upscale all the Bulls stuff and you're able to access it on, I don't know, the Bulls YouTube channel. I mean, is this hard to do? Each one of these teams has a YouTube channel. Why can't we have classic games upscaled that we're like, we have the technology, but they don't want you to watch it because you're saying it probably just the money laundering system at this point for, I don't know, China. I don't know. But anyways, that's what I got. I'm ready to hear the rest of the stuff, Dominique, for
Thanks so much. Thanks so much, Rod. I really appreciate it. All right, guys, I have time for one more call tonight. Tomorrow, I am going to be talking about some more NBA trade stuff, power rankings. I may address LeBron taking those pills on the sideline. I might. I haven't decided yet. Thank you for calling Sports Tea. Talk to me nice. Caller from Phoenix. Who do we have on the line?
Dial in. So great. Thank you so much.
I'm so sorry. Who do we have on the line?
Curt from
Curt from Phoenix?
Yes.
Nice to hear from you, Curt. Talk to me nice.
This might be a strange idea, but by limiting the number of threes, maybe for the first 8 minutes of the quarter, a ball just counts for three. But once you hit 5, then the 3 ball only counts for 2. So it forces team to kind of still work on an inside game.
That is really, I actually like that idea. Imagine that. Like you can only hit, 3-point shots in the last, 2-4 minutes in the quarter. That's kind of cool. And, it allows it forces the game to be more competitive. It's not about how much effort the players are going to have. It forces the game to be competitive. It's kind of like forced participation. I like it.
Yeah, and the other thing is that it forces the fans to stay in their seats because a lot of times people are going to the bathrooms right before the end of the half or end of a quarter. But it makes the game more exciting at the end because they can always catch up with the three ball. But before that, you're kind of limiting the action to kind of more inside out. They're still able to spread the floor because you can still go in the corner, to shoot baskets and everything, but it doesn't count as much until the last couple of minutes. So it forces them to be kind of strategic in when they actually take those shots.
Yeah, no, I love it. It allows for more coaching. It allows everybody to kind of do their job.
Yeah, and it kind of back the big man to kind of do their thing when they kind of pound it down and because now they just basically made it position as basketball, but it kind of brings it back a little bit when you're forced to kind of make each team have players of different skill set.
Yeah, no, for sure. I love it. I think that that's a great idea.
Love your show. Just wanted to shout out to you.
Thank you so much, Curt. And you call me back anytime. Really, really enjoyed your phone call and your idea. That was a great idea.
Thank you so much. Talk to you later.
Thank you. Okay, guys. Honestly, I love hanging out with you guys. I wanted to cook on this Joe Mazzulla and NBA All-Star situation. I wanted to know, do NBA players even care about the All-Star game? Why would Joe Mazzulla make those comments? I would love to hear like some more from you guys in the comments. I really it seems like NBA players and coaches across the league are beginning to revolt against Adam Silver. We heard Kevin Durant. We heard what he said about the All-Star game. He hates it. Devin Booker said he hates it. More and more players are coming out against this new NBA All-Star format. People aren't just saying it. First, it was old heads. It was just the old heads hating on the changes, and they don't like change. And, when old heads were saying that the game was soft, they're shooting too many threes, it was just considered hate. But now current NBA players, current superstars in the league are saying this. LeBron James himself, he's a part of it. He's doing it. And he's saying, hey, I have no control here. It's not me. I'm following along with something that I didn't create. I'm being forced to shoot these threes because analytics say 3 is better than 2, even though should it be analytics that say that, or should it just be fucking common sense that say 3 is better than 2? But hey, we'll just go with analytics, right? It's laughable to me that after all these years of playing in a defenseless league, Kevin Durant, LeBron James, other players, coaches, they're coming out. They are rebuking these changes. They feel that it's getting way too ridiculous. These are gimmicks. These are just marketing ploys. It's embarrassing. I truly believe Kevin Durant, LeBron James, they are embarrassed to be a part of a league that is operating this way, but they're a part of it. And I believe that LeBron James just goes right into Adam Silver's office, plops himself down, and they start colluding together. They start planning for what the NBA season is going to look like. Him, Rich Paul, Adam Silver, they get together. That's what I think. But, the players, they're running over the league administration. Something happened where they said, hey, we're going to take our power back. But taking your power back doesn't mean delivering a lesser game. It doesn't mean delivering a game that's less entertaining. It doesn't mean going out there and playing the game in a way where fans don't even believe your willingness to compete. It doesn't mean removing everything that fans love the most. Adam Silver wants to ignore the feedback that he's getting from all different directions. How can you ignore that? We've said it nice, we've said it mean, we've said jokes. What do you need, Adam Silver, before you put your foot down and make a change and implement a change, before you enforce the actual rules, before you enforce a player's contract? Adam Silver has disgraced the National Basketball Association, and he is responsible. Yeah, there are players in the league that they're accountable for their actions too, but who is the commissioner? It's one person. There's only one commissioner. There's not 28 commissioners. There's not 400 and some odd commissioners. There's one commissioner. He's the decision maker. And he's doubling down. He's standing 10 toes down. LeBron James is a part of it. And when he's faced with it, when his back is up against the wall, even him, a pathological liar, is going to sit up there and admit that that there's something wrong. He's not sitting there telling us that the game is the best that we've ever seen. That is not what LeBron James is saying. He's saying there's a problem with the All-Star game and there's a problem with the game in general. Make it make sense. Why is the commissioner lying to the American public? Why is he ignoring the cries, the desperate cries for help from NBA coaches, NBA players? Why? It's about money. It's about greed. It's about creating an entire new league in the European market. That's what it's about. So he's going to keep gaslighting us because he doesn't care. People are going to consume these narratives and storylines. People are going to, they're chasing after the reality show of the NBA. They're not watching the sport anymore. And he sees this, and he has directed that. He's the puppet master. It's not that he's going in the direction of, media, as far as social media and influences are taking over. No, he's pushing that agenda. He's leaning into that. He's perpetuating that. He's putting that forward. Not real competition, not celebrating winning. Not true entertainment, not athleticism and skill as a total package. We only get one or the other with NBA players today. We only get, it's either athleticism, either they're jumping out the gym and they can't do anything else, or they have this quote unquote skill. We literally have NBA players that cannot run, jump, or dunk the damn basketball playing in the league. And this is what we're valuing. And we're saying that, these players are, godlike players. There's a serious problem in the NBA. Only going to get worse. Mercy, so we're looking at the NBA, Adam Silver, and the entire league through a completely different lens. When you bring up money to me, it lets me know that we're not having the same conversation. And that's okay. So I'm not here to talk about the dollars that the NBA brings. Everybody's rich. That's a complete non-factor. The viewership is down. Fans are complaining. And there's a reason. So not only are fans complaining, but NBA coaches are complaining. A guy who just won a title said that he does not watch NBA games. He doesn't like watching the games. Not he doesn't watch because he doesn't have time. There was nothing that we could take out of context there. He doesn't like watching the games. I'm going to roll with that opinion over yours. I am. I'm sorry. I'm not going to sit here and, like, you're delusional. You're in the chat literally saying there's nothing wrong with the NBA. Adam Silver is perfect. I can block you, but I'd just rather address it because, it is, you are like, I find you to be a contrarian. So you're the contrarian of the chat room today, and that's fine. And you were the contrarian last night as well. But I have to call this out because there is a problem in the NBA. And that piece is not a debate. There's a problem, but what is the solve? So the solve for it, now we can debate that all day, and there could be, different ideas there because I'm not even going to debate, but something needs to change. And everybody knows that. The question is what? What needs to change? So I really thank you all for joining me tonight. I really appreciate everyone. Great comments. Thank you for the super chat, Spurs. And denial is not just a river in Egypt, sirs. Oh man, I love that. Denial is not just a river in Egypt, sir. Salute to you, Spurs, and for the $1.99 super chat. I really appreciate it. Brown B, salute to you for the $5 super chat. Did you see Too Raw and Carcino for Life talking about Labalco sneaking some pills when he was on the bench? Looks sus. I did see it. I thought it was hilarious. I love those channels. I love how they're calling everything out. They're standing on business, speaking the truth, telling the truth. We all have to keep doing that. We all do. And I don't know what Labalco was doing on the bench with those pills. I didn't think it was suspicious just because he was doing it in the open. They looked like Tylenol or something. I couldn't tell. But I'm sure that if LeBron is asked, he's going to say it was some kind of cold medicine. What are we going to do? The speculation surrounding LeBron, his PEDS use, whatever he does, it's, who knows if it's ever going to be exposed. But I just highly doubt that he would be doing something nefarious on the sideline. I want to believe that he wasn't, doing something outside of, coloring outside of the lines in front of all of us in plain sight. I mean, that's how oftentimes most crimes are committed, right? But I do want to believe that it was something completely innocent. So guys, can we get the likes up? Can you guys like the video for me before we head out? So we have 175 folks watching. We have 85 likes. If we can get those likes up to 100, that would make me so happy. But I agree. I think someone said that the NBA needs a new face. Thomas Clark. I love that comment. The NBA does need a new face. They need someone that they can get behind that they want to market. And I wonder why they have not done that yet. I wonder what the reasoning is behind that. Why hasn't it been a Jason Tatum or a John Morant or what's holding the NBA back from picking somebody? The same way they picked LeBron. Hey, we can't market Kobe. That's not what we want to stand behind right now. He's in some trouble. We see LeBron James over here. He's the chosen one. How do they choose somebody else? Who can they choose? And why haven't they done that already? I think that that's a really, interesting comment that you made. It's true that they need a new face, but I think that there's a deep reason as to why they haven't picked one. Hey, brother Juma. Yes, it was an open bar at the holiday party. That's why I don't have 4 topics for you guys tonight, and I'm sorry about that. And I was rushing and just trying to get back to have a good show for everyone. I really it was a great holiday party, and I'm going to another one tomorrow. So I think Spurs Ann was asking if I was gonna be on the panel tomorrow for Man Down. I'm gonna try to make it, but I don't think that I'll be there because I have another holiday party tomorrow night. So, yep, it's gonna be my work holiday party. So, yeah. I actually love this time of year. Christmas is, one of my favorite times. I love gift giving. I love just celebrating, and there's just something special about the holiday cheer, you know? Holiday cheer is really just brings a different spirit. When living in New York, seeing the Rockefeller tree up every year, I don't get in the Bay Area, but it's still just really great to celebrate, go shopping, and see everybody just having a lot of fun. Uh, Salute to you, Mercy, for the $5 super chat. I was just giving my opinion. We can agree to disagree. It's just sports talk, nothing personal. I just like to look at the positives next time I call. I would love for you to call in. I want you to share why you think that there's nothing wrong with the NBA in its current state or the job that Adam Silver's doing. I think that when you have several professionals coming out and saying that there's something wrong, that we need to take a look at that. So I'm okay with you saying that you're enjoying the NBA, you love it, it's a great product, but there's always something that anybody can do, no matter what your job is, better in their role. So, for anybody that is a fan of LeBron James, a fan of the NBA, a fan of anything, I would expect that you are able to take a critical look at whatever it is. What's going well, what needs work, what should be focused on, what can you do to control the outcome or help to move things forward. But to say that there's nothing wrong, to me, I just think it's delusional. And, I'm not coming at you. There's always someone who acts as the contrarian, and it's okay to be a contrarian. There are folks that need to disagree, and we need those people. We need people who disagree, who are going to challenge us, who are going to provide a different perspective. So, I do challenge you to call in and share with me. So, it isn't personal. I don't think it's personal. I think that you're a contrarian. That's not personal to me. It's just that you have different ideas and they need to be heard. They should be heard. My thoughts on the Hall of Fame nominees. Well, I guess my initial thought, I was actually going to cover this for the members. I thought it was something that we should cook on and talk about. But I think that Maya Moore is the most accomplished Hall of Fame nominee. That's what I think. That's my hot take on that. It's not a face change we need, it's rule changes we need. The new face will come organically. I wanna believe that, it's just that the last face of the league wasn't picked organically, and neither was the last face of the league. Like, the NBA picks these people. And sure, like, fans, know who they like, but the NBA gets behind them, and they back them, and they push them. and they market them, and they make sure that their games are nationally televised. And, you know, there's a whole system and inner workings for that. It's not as simple as like, if it was organic, then I don't know that LeBron James would have ever became the face of the league if it was organic. Clutch Sports paying Adam Silver beat to stay with Lamouse to be the face of the NBA. Otherwise, Adam loses his job. Ha ha ha. Did the NBA market Curry? So I think that they marketed Curry as a byproduct of LeBron. So they heavily marketed Curry when when he was facing off against LeBron in the finals. So pretty much Golden State has been the marquee team of the NBA, and Golden State and the Lakers, they pretty much have all the nationally televised games. I think Golden State has like 29 of them or something like that. So yeah. I mean, yes, Curry is marketed, but he was also pushed, and the rules didn't necessarily change for them, but they pretty much what I believe is that the NBA was cheating for the Warriors in 2015. I do believe the Cavaliers were supposed to win that title. I think that you were not allowed to guard Curry at one point because of the 3-point phenomenon. When that first started, it became a huge, huge sort of, it took off. People were obsessed with it, and that became the new slam dunk. And the NBA wanted more of that, and they continued to remove defense from the league, and nobody was allowed to guard Steph Curry. And that's why in 2016, when all of a sudden the officiating changed and shifted in order for Cleveland and the Cavaliers to beat the Warriors, they were allowed to hack the Warriors. They got extremely physical with Steph Curry, and he was not used to that. That's why he crumbled in that finals. He could not handle physical defense because he didn't have to prior to that. So yes, the NBA marketed Curry, but they used Curry to, to create and manufacture a fake, like, sort of rivalry that didn't really exist. And they also used Curry for his 3-point phenomenon that took over the league by storm. So they had no choice but to market him. But yes, they did market him. Thank you, Brother Juma. I really appreciate you. Dreamers Pro gave me a major shout out. You should do a joint podcast with him. I absolutely adore Dreamers Pro. I think he's awesome. He's been like really telling the truth for so long. He's been calling out the bullshit in the NBA for years. And, he's helped other people, have a voice to stand up and say what they think, to create dialogue and just nuanced discussion surrounding this league, surrounding sports. And you can just be an everyday person going to work and, just living your life, and come home and have a YouTube channel and talk about sports in a nice setting like this, and vibe out with a group of people that also want to talk about sports and have a good time. So, yes, I really appreciate Dreamers Pro, and, I'd love to work with him. He's guest appeared on Man Down Sports. We see him in the chat on Fridays often, and he's really great. Great takes. Just seems like a wonderful person as well. Could have marketed Steph as the face of the league, but like Mark Jackson, his religious beliefs is what's keeping him out of that position. The NBA has a lot of trickery. They have a lot of politics. There's just so much there's so much like institutionalized things happening in the NBA, and it's been going on for so many years. It's really, really difficult for certain it's just so difficult for certain some of that red tape, some of the issues that exist and that have always existed in the NBA are not just going to disappear. Players that come into the league and different people who kind of chip away at those at the corruption and the abuse of power that happens in the NBA, I think that we're going to continue to see things get exposed. This year, it's been a lot of exposure of the music industry, but everything's sort of cyclical. We've seen sports heroes, entire leagues come under fire, under scrutiny. So the NBA will have its day. It's just a matter of when. NFL has had it multiple times. MLB has had it multiple times. Track and field every other year. Swimming, cycling. NBA is not they're going to see a time where maybe they'll never pay for their mistakes, but it's going to be highlighted. They're going to get exposed. Salute to you, the Sandman Morrison, for the $5 super chat. I really appreciate it. Would the game collapse? Or would the current era of players even know how to play if they got rid of the three-point line? That's a really good question. I don't think that the game would collapse because I think that there's still plenty of players that know how to play real basketball in the league. But there's quite a few players that they would collapse because all they know how to do is shoot from long range. They can't even shoot regular three-point shots. They have to shoot long range threes because if they don't, it's going to like they're going to shoot with too much force because they're so used to shooting those long range threes. But we see it all the time. Salute to you, Eden Jr., for the $10 super chat. Dominique, NBA valuations, financials, global footprint, and digital metrics are in such a high that I seriously doubt Adam Silver cares much about anything else. Exactly. He doesn't care. He doesn't care about the quality of the product because it doesn't matter. The product that the NBA is delivering on, it hasn't mattered for several years, and they continue to make more money. They continue to do different deals. Adam Silver has done everything to make sure that the product that they actually deliver on the floor has no correlation to their profits and their revenue generating ability. So great comment, Eden Jr. I think that it's valid. What you said is 100% true. And Adam Silver will continue to make these poor decisions because he's essentially created a bulletproof system. He's created a recession-proof system. It doesn't matter if people go to games and fill arenas. It doesn't matter if they watch on television or not. Because he's doing these media deals that have allowed the NBA to make money hand over fist, that have allowed for the NBA to shift to the NFL system of the revenue sharing. So he's setting himself up for, this sort of plausible deniability or this kind of, like no one can touch him because the NBA is still, no matter what people want to criticize, it's still a success. It's just that nobody's actually watching. So the interest in the game is much lower. Adam Silver can lie to us all he wants because NFL still has all these systems in place. Everything that Adam Silver is doing for the NBA, NFL already has that. MLB, people are watching MLB and NFL as well on television, in apps, streaming, wherever they can. The NBA is dying. The league is dying. It doesn't matter what kind of lies Adam Silver wants to tell us. Thank you, Horizon Vibes. Shout out to the moderators. You guys are awesome. I really appreciate you guys being in here with me. I really appreciate everybody being here. 221 people in the chat right now. And we have, how many likes do we have? So we're at 133. That's much, much better. We shot up like 50 likes or so. I really appreciate that. Let's try to get to like 180. I know we can do it. I think we can get to 200 tonight. I really do. With today's game with Warriors versus Grizzly, do you think that game was purposely thrown by the Warriors? It was so out of character to lose like that. You know, we just point shaving happens throughout the league. I do not put it past the Warriors. I don't put anything past Draymond Green. I think that he definitely gambles, point shaves, throws games, works for LeBron and clutch. I think that he'll do anything shady. I don't put anything past him. Not at all. The NBA will be fine. People said NBA was bad when Lakers, Kobe, and Shaq were winning. I don't remember people saying the NBA was bad during that time. I'm sorry. NBA was more competitive then than it is today. I don't remember people saying the NBA was bad. I remember people saying that they did not like or appreciate the feuding that was happening on the Lakers during that time. I remember people saying that they did not respect what Kobe and Shaq were doing and how they were behaving. They were ruining and blowing up a championship caliber team because they had personal problems and issues. Shout out to Uncommon Sense. If you guys are not subscribed to Uncommon Sense and Dreamers Pro, please go head over to their channels and check it out. They are delivering amazing content as well. They are telling the truth, they are exposing the lies, and they're standing on business. And, you know, as content creators, I stand with them. I stand with them and what they're doing. I support them. We're all locked and loaded and here to tell the truth on our channels. We're not paid media members by Clutch Sports or Fox or ESPN or these people who are literally paid to push narratives and tell lies. We're talking about the game of basketball and a variety of things because we love it. So I love the sport and I would love to see integrity, competition, honor, hustle, muscle come back to the sport. I'd love to see a real intricate offense come back to the game. I'd love to see incredible game-changing moments at the end, down the stretch of games in the fourth quarter. That's what I want to see. Salute to you, the Sandman Morrison, for the $5 super chat. Players seem to have very little connection with the local fans, and promotion is more national, and the local market seems like an afterthought. I actually talked about this maybe like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I had a video. The thumbnail is titled "Drastic Decline," and Adam Silver's on the cover of that thumbnail. And you know, I'm talking about the NBA ratings declining, and there is literally what Adam Silver is doing with a revenue sharing program and just the trajectory of the league is RSN. So regional sports networks, they're declining because of what Adam Silver is doing. He's removing regional sports networks and going with these big, deals, these huge lucrative deals and streaming deals, and taking away games from regional sports networks. So people can no longer watch their hometown play. They can't watch their hometown team play anymore because of Adam Silver and his decision making. So they're killing the local markets. Even just, people are no longer bought into teams. And so Adam Silver is truly responsible for so much of what's happening. That's why players in the league don't have a connection to local fans, because they don't have any connection to their team. They don't have a connection to their teammates. They don't practice. How do you not practice? How do you develop camaraderie? How do you, develop chemistry? How do you play as a team to win? Not just ball games, but hopefully titles. You can't do that when you have no connection to the organization, the team, the town that you're playing in, the fans. It's all about the paychecks. It's the only thing that players, owners, Adam Silver cares about. I feel bad. Oftentimes, I find myself feeling bad for the coaches. I feel bad for NBA coaches, because these are guys that were oftentimes former NBA players that really know how to play basketball, that really remember what it was like to play for the love of the sport and the love of the game, and just getting out there and, really just locking arms with your teammates and battling it out on the floor. Those are the people that I feel bad for, because they remember when you never saw something, you can't miss it. So, kids today that were born in the, early or even late 2000s, they don't know. They don't remember. They don't know the storylines and the rivalries and the motivation that players had to give themselves. They don't know that Michael Jordan had to make up things in his head just to, motivate himself. It wasn't money that motivated players back then to get out there and perform their best. They really wanted to. They cared about how they were perceived by fans. They wanted to be a beloved player in the city that they played for. What's interesting is that, I believe that Joel Embiid is a serial loser, but he talked a lot about what he did for his city. He talked a lot about, like how much he gave to the city, and we can debate what he gave and what he did for them. I thought that those comments were a little misguided, but he's one of the only players as of late to really talk about, playing for a city and putting it all out there on the floor for the fans of that city. So, yeah, like I said, I feel bad for coaches that used to play the game or used to spectate the game when it was really great, and they know what good basketball is. They know what winning as a team looks like, and it's tough for them to get that out of the players. So I feel bad genuinely for anyone that has seen much better basketball and is hoping that basketball can be made great again. So, right now, tonight, I'm going to look into the camera and I'm going to ask Adam Silver, please make basketball great again. Let's get back to a sport that we all know and love. And it doesn't have to stay the same. It doesn't have to be 90s basketball, but it needs to be better. We need defense back. We need the hand check back. We need physical defense allowed in the sport. Not rugby. We need defense. We need both sides of the floor being played. We need you to enforce that. Thank you, CM. Isaiah Rice, salute to you. Look, I'm here for it. I think at this point we should get rid of the 3-point line just to make, to sort of to force better play. Yeah, we do have the WNBA. It's hard to have faith in the NBA. I'm with you on that. Clutch Sports should be investigated. Adam Silver needs to be investigated. I wish that somebody would sue him. I wish they would take a class action suit out on Adam Silver. He needs to be removed as commissioner. He needs to be banned from the sport, in my opinion. He's corrupt. He's a criminal. That's what I think of Adam Silver. I think that he's a corrupt criminal, ruining the league, ruining the sport of basketball single-handedly. I'll take it, Brother Juma. Dom for commissioner. I love it. Adam Lizard. Yeah, I think it's a huge, huge money, maybe not money laundering, but there's definitely some sort of, at the very least, commingling. At the very least, there's a lot of collusion happening, a lot of orchestration. And Adam Silver's a lawyer. So that is what Adam Silver is. So whatever he's doing, he's figuring out a way to keep his hands clean. He's figuring out a way to get away with it. And he's been getting away with it. He's going to continue to get away with it. And I don't think that there's anything that we can do about it. But what I can do, what I can control is myself. And I'm going to keep calling it out. So when they try to sell us shit as sugar, I'm going to call it out. I'm not going to accept it. When they tell us that the sky is red, I'm going to make sure that everybody knows it's really blue. And that's it, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for watching tonight. I had a lot of fun. And like I said, I really just hope that everyone is, enjoying their holiday season. Oh, I have one super chat left to read. Stebby J, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. LeBron was popping pills on the bench. What kind of pills, though? Did he have a headache and he was just trying to get himself together? What kind of pills? I don't know. Was he trying to prevent a cold? Who knows? Maybe he was taking airborne. Maybe he was doing a little Tylenol. Who knows? But Pizza Time, you are hilarious. Pills for menstrual pain. Oh my God. Flintstone chewables. Who knows? Mercy said it's gummy bears. You guys are hilarious. You guys are so funny. Okay, let's go to sleep. Okay, or for those who are getting ready for work and on their way, please have a wonderful day today. For those who are watching in the Philippines, Canada, Guam, and in other places outside of the country, I really appreciate you. And yeah, I'll see everybody tonight. And it is going to be late, so I'm going to be very late because I'm going to be coming back from my work party. So it will be pretty late, but I am going to bring you guys some content. I'm probably going to go live in the afternoon at noon. So I have one scheduled, and then I'll go late night. If I can get to it by 11, if I can get out of the party early enough, then I'll be on time. But I'm sure, and I'm almost certain that I'm going to be late tomorrow night too. But thank you guys so much for joining me. Happy Friday. And I will see you guys later. Talk to me nicely. And don't forget,
one of those black jobs, one of those black jobs, one of those. Who's gonna tell them that the job might be one of those black jobs?
I'm here to do my black job. I'm here to do my black job.
Those black jobs, one of those. Who's gonna tell them that the job might be one of those black jobs?
Attorney General.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. Oh, I love that you're watching from India. Oh my gosh. Honestly, I love you guys. Please just have a really great night. Be safe if you're, going to be out on the road celebrating. Just take care. I hope you guys finish all of your shopping. Don't get trampled out there. It gets crazy shopping and trying to get those hype beast gifts. But yeah, thank you so much, guys. Have a good one. I'll see you later on tonight. Actually, this afternoon. Okay. And don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. Okay. Thanks so much. Bye bye.